Hello and welcome to News Now on TV360. I'm Thelma Okoro. The Nigerian Army says it has started the process of rehabilitating repentant Boko Haram members in the country. This follows the defeat of the insurgents in their last stronghold in Sambisa Forest, forcing some of them to surrender and others to flee in different directions. Theatre commander of the Operation Lafia Dole, Major General Lucky Irabo, just revealed this. Meanwhile, some repentant Boko Haram members have appealed to the sect members still in Sambisa Forest to lay down their arms and embrace peace. The Nigerian Army has intercepted 3 female suicide bombers in Bakin Dose, Madagali local government area of Adamawa State. The bombers believed to be on a mission to carry out an attack at a crowded market in Gulak were eventually shot dead by military officials. Suicide bomb attacks mainly on soft targets like markets is one of the major forms of attack by Boko Haram insurgents. The Nigerian Army in 2016 removed the militants from their entire strongholds, arresting thousands of them in the forest. As part of its plans for the new year, the Nigerian Army promised even better performance in 2017. Now take a listen to the Army reel out some of their achievements in 2016.
As you are aware, Nigerian Army within the last year conducted many training activities at various levels. This is in addition to the training exercises being conducted or rather conducted by the various Nigerian Army training institutions. The exercises were, apart from improving troops' proficiency, testing of equipment, they also sought to address the prevailing security situations in those areas, particularly in Bauchi and Zamfara states. Continuous raid operations and patrol conducted during the exercise have seriously reduced the activities of criminals within that environment, particularly cattle rustlers and armed bandits, because it leads to recovery of arms, ammunition, and arrests of various criminal elements. We were able to rescue, or rather recover, over 9,865 rustled cattle, and they were handed over to their various owners through the local authorities there.
President Muhammad Buhari has presided over the Federal Executive Council meeting, the first in the year of 2017. The Federal Executive Council meeting had in attendance almost all the cabinet members and the Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo. At the end of the meeting, Aviation Minister Hadi Sirika disclosed that the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport would be officially closed for 6 weeks as the FEC had approved repair works on its dysfunctional runway. Minister of Interior Abdulrahman Dambazao also disclosed that the council approved over 4 billion naira for the purchase of firefighting equipment in the country. Nigeria's presidency has dismissed insinuations claiming that the commencement of payment of 5,000 naira stipend to less privileged Nigerians was mere propaganda. Femi Adesina, the special advisor on media and publicity to the president, confirmed this. Adesina's remarks followed criticism by Governor Aide Farashi of Ekiti State that the scheme was a propaganda to score cheap political points. Earlier this week, the Nigerian government said it had commenced the payment of a 5,000 naira monthly stipend to 1 million poor and vulnerable Nigerians. The first batch, which commenced last week, will cover Borno, Kwara, Bauchi, Cross River, Niger, as well as Kogi, Oyo, Ogun, and Ekiti states, respectively. Security operatives raided an Abuja house belonging to a brother-in-law to Nigeria's former President Goodluck Jonathan. The house was reportedly bought for the president's wife's brother, who was said to be in Port Harcourt when the raid occurred on Wednesday. The house is located in Maitama, one of the highbrow areas in the nation's capital. Now, authorities are yet to release the details of the operation. President Muhammad Buhari has approved the redeployment of 3 federal permanent secretaries. According to a statement released, Folashade Yemi-Eson, who is a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, was moved to the office of the head of civil service of the Federation. Jamila Shuara, who is a permanent secretary in the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, was deployed to Federal Ministry of Education, while Christian Chinenyeka Oha of the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports has been deployed to the office of the head of civil service of the Federation. Nigerian authorities say no new case of the polio virus has been discovered in Cross River State following investigations carried out so far. There have been speculations that the disease had surfaced in the state after a toddler in the state was noticed with a deformed leg presumed to be a characteristic of the viral disease. Nigeria has expressed optimism that the country will meet the 2017 deadline of achieving a polio-free status. Nigeria's dream of being certified polio-free by 2017 was cut short following the discovery of 2 new cases of the virus in the northeast part of the country in August last year. Nigeria had its last case of the virus reported in July 2014. The outbreak, which had also been confirmed by the World Health Organization, is a huge blow to the country's hopes of achieving a polio-free status. The Bring Back Our Girls campaign group says it will commence another round of protests to demand the release of the remaining 196 girls abducted by the Boko Haram terrorists in April 2014. The protests will begin on January 8, which is 1,000 days after over 200 girls were abducted by the terror group from their secondary school in Chibok, Borno State, northeast Nigeria. The group says the government has not announced any new progress in negotiations since 21 of the girls were freed after talks with the Nigerian government.
Painfully, we are only a few days away from day 1,000 of their tragic abduction, with no communication, no clarification, no status report on the negotiation the federal government previously stated was ongoing for the release of the remaining 196 girls still with terrorists. Our movement is therefore again constrained to resume our marches to mark the day 1,000 tragic milestone. Our movement expects that the President regards the day 1,000 milestone as an overdue time to bring this horrific saga to a final closure. We shall therefore carry out a series of activities for a period of 1 week, using our 24-hourly marches to compel our federal government to accelerate the decision and actions necessary to bring back the rest of our Chibok girls to their grossly disappointed parents. Unlike our other global week of action carried out over the last 30 months of our advocacy, the Day 1000 version in Abuja shall be themed along various issues related to our Chibok girls. However, it shall principally be powered by a 24-hourly march to the entrance of the State House.
A female worker in Nigeria's Aso Rock, where the president resides, has sustained injury when a weapon of one of the security operatives went off. The incident happened at the administrative reception of the State House as the officer was trying to attempt to empty the firearm. In addition to the female worker, the security operative himself sustained injury in the incident, which created a mini panic in the Aso villa. The woman was injured on her thigh and a part of her back. Meanwhile, no official statement has been released regarding the incident. The Independent National Electoral Commission has assured of its full cooperation in unveiling those behind the violence and deaths that trailed the Rivers State rerun election. The Rivers election held in December last year was marred by a series of violence, snatching of ballot boxes and killing of civilians as well as security officials. Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, says the commission received 120 case files of electoral offenders, from which the 61 offenders were successfully prosecuted.
We have cooperated with the security agencies, particularly the police, in the past in prosecuting electoral offenders. Since the 2015 general elections and the run elections in 2016, we have received 120 case files from the police. 120 case files from the police for prosecution. And I'm happy to say that we have so far recorded 61 successful prosecutions as a result of the cooperation with the security agencies. The biggest one came after the disruption of the April 2016 run election in Kano State, in a state constituency in Minjibir local government, when over 40 offenders were successfully prosecuted in a joint effort between the Commission and the security agencies, the highest number of prosecutions that the Commission has ever achieved. On behalf of the Commission, I wish to assure the investigative panel that we will now and forever fully cooperate with the security agencies in your investigation. Whatever you require to facilitate the investigation from the Commission, be rest assured that the Commission will be forthcoming.
The Nigerian Police Force says it has commenced training on the 10,000 successful applicants in the force. The 10,000 successful applicants began training on December 31st, 2016 in various police colleges and training schools across the country. The training will last for 9 months. President Muhammad Buhari had in 2015 approved the recruitment of 10,000 officials at the National Security Summit held in Abuja. The recruitment is expected to strengthen the police force to tackle more security challenges facing the nation. The Nigerian Customs Service has started the implementation of the policy banning importation of vehicles to the land borders, with many vehicles trapped at the borders. The Association of Nigerian Licensed Custom Agents, the SEME chapter in Lagos, did confirm that many vehicles were trapped at the border posts. A statement by the Customs Service has reiterated the federal government's ban on importation of rice and vehicles to the land borders. The Customs Service has urged officers and men of the service to ensure maximum collection of revenue and strict implementation of the government's fiscal policy.
Corruption not in my country.
Hello? Yeah, I found your wallet in front of a supermarket. Meet me at Apple Junction. Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Now we find out. 2 of us.
Thank you very much, officer. You know, it's surprising that men like you still exist in the police force.
Yes, so...
Oh, yes.
This is just a token of my appreciation.
Oh, no, you don't need to do this. We are only doing our job.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Now I know police is really my friend.
Yes.
Friend. Hey. Okay, which game was with this one? I don't understand.
You know your problem. You are greedy. I'm a policeman who is doing his job. All forms of corruption in the force, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Glad to have you back. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has awarded its 2017 crude oil term contracts to 39 companies. NNPC head Mike Barrow said the group had received bids from 224 companies. The contracts covering about 1.31 million barrels per day of crude oil were awarded to 18 Nigerian companies, 11 international trading houses, 5 foreign refineries, 3 national oil companies, and 2 NNPC group trading arms. Absent from this year's list were the trading arms of oil majors, ExxonMobil, Shell, and ENI, as well as trading houses Mercuria and Televeras, as well as refiner Saras, all of whom were all present at the 2016 contract list. The Nigerian government has approved a reduction in the import duties of 115 items in different sectors of the Nigerian economy. According to the Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, the move is in line with the provisions of the ECOWAS Common External Tariff Agreement. A breakdown of the import adjustment list of 173 items shows that the government approved the reduction of 26 items from 10 to 5%. However, the government has reinforced the ban placed on the importation of some items, including refined vegetable oil, cocoa butter, and fruit juice in retail packets, as well as other products. Oil prices dipped on Thursday, hit by doubts that producers would fully deliver on promises to cut oil output. Brent crude was trading at $56.29 per barrel, while U.S. crude was trading down 9 cents at $53.17 per barrel. Traders said the decline came on the back of worries whether plans by OPEC and non-OPEC leaders to cut crude supply would be fully implemented in the year 2017. Gambia's army chief reaffirmed his loyalty to embattled President Yahya Jammeh. This comes in the face of a possible regional military intervention to reinforce the result of an election that dealt the longtime leader a surprise defeat. Yahya Jammeh initially accepted his defeat in the December 1st election, but a week later he reversed his position, vowing to hang on to power despite a wave of regional and international condemnation. Gambia's Independent Electoral Commission IEC chief has also gone into hiding following his decision. Over the weekend, Gambia's security agents closed 3 private radio stations, making it harder for the incoming government to communicate with its supporters. Jammeh, who has ruled the Gambia for 22 years, is due to be replaced by Adama Barrow on January 19, 2017. Filipino authorities say they have captured or killed dozens of men who escaped in the nation's biggest jailbreak. More than 110 remained on the run in vast farmlands and isolated villages of the nation's tribe-torn south. Suspected Muslim guerrillas stormed the jail in the major southern city of Kidapawan, freeing 158 prisoners and killing a prison guard. 40 of the inmates have been recaptured by Thursday afternoon, with 7 others killed in the manhunt. Super Eagles manager General says he wants the Nigerian team to get bigger match bonuses in order to boost their confidence. The 63-year-old says his players are ready to go all out and ensure that they get a ticket for the 2018 World Cup qualifier in Russia. But Roa says that it would be out of place for the Nigerian Football Federation not to reciprocate their performance by giving them an enhanced bonus. The Eagles were paired with Zambia, Cameroon and Algeria in Group B, and only the top team will qualify from the group. Egyptian's competition authority has confirmed that CAF President Issa Hayatou will be referred to the General Prosecutor for corruption charges. ECA accused Hayatou of exploiting his position for seizing broadcasting rights of football championships. He gave Lagardère Sports exclusive broadcasting rights without bidding for the other companies. The deal grants the sports broadcasting rights an exclusive term to broadcast sporting activities. Well, that's all we have at this hour. Thank you very much for watching. I am Thelma Okoro.